Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Europa Universalis IV Domination. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is selecting that government reform, which is in the military doctrines and organization. So I went ahead and took a look at these, and there's three that I could see being potential options. So organized military staff, this is going to increase the reinforced speed while reducing the cost. So we'll be able to get the men out to our regiments quicker after they take losses, and it'll be cheaper to do so as well. When an army is reinforcing, it increases their maintenance by a significant amount, so that's pretty helpful, the 20% reduction. And then the national supply limit modifier just allows us to have more regiments in each province, and that's one of the main things that limits just how large your army can get, is you can't fit them in certain areas. So like for instance, we're not able to fit these 25 here. I should move them because we're actually losing manpower due to the attrition. So yeah, we should move these guys over to here. I didn't even realize that we were over the cap there until I saw the little attrition modifier there. So that would allow us to have larger armies in provinces without, taking attrition. So a pretty useful one there. Another good one here would be the sustained discipline. So we'd take less attrition, because no matter what, we're going to take some attrition. A lot of provinces aren't going to be able to fit these larger armies in them at this point in time. And also, you're always going to take attrition when you do sieges. So reducing that is helpful, but it also helps with the drill. So you get more drill when you're drilling the troops, and they will lose, the regiments will lose their drill slower. So just overall, the drilling is a bit more effective. So that's helpful. And then the last one is the gendarmes, which this is the only one that's actually going to increase, as far as the ones we're looking at here, that's going to increase the ability of our military, like make it better at fighting. And so this is cavalry combat ability plus 10%. Obviously, that's not that useful because you don't use cav that much. But the morale damage, that will apply to the entire army. They'll do more damage to morale. Typically, that's how you win battles, is by depleting the morale of the enemy. So that's pretty effective, pretty helpful, but also it's going to increase the loyalty of the nobility, so it has another benefit to it. So honestly, I could really see going for any of these three. Probably this one or this one are the best. I think we're going to go with this one, guys. I like the idea of doing more morale damage and then having the higher nobility. Loyalty equilibrium is also pretty useful. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I know our loyalty equilibrium is already pretty high, so I think that puts it at like 80-something%. Now you see we are paying for our military, and thus we should either be drilling them or not paying for them. Well, right now we need money more than anything else, so let's go and just reduce all the maintenance. So we'll be earning a bit more. Also, I wanted to go ahead and increase relations with Castile. I'm not really looking to be enemies with them. I don't want their territory. That's not the way we want to go. But remember, in this episode, we're going to burn off some of that aggressive expansion. So gotta do that. And we don't want to reduce the claim strength of our heir, but 20 prestige is expensive. That's one we're gonna have to go with, because the claim strength's a little bit more difficult to increase here in the mod than in vanilla. Now, these guys lost some troops here due to that attrition, so we got to pay for 1 month just to get that restored up, and then also we can get this colonial range. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that, and I think the next thing we're going to do, rather than continue with the exploration ideas, is go ahead and get this next diplotech, because we're pretty far behind at this moment. So we'll get the next one there, and I did want to take a look if these guys can now go on any further exploration. Yeah, that's what we needed, was the higher range. So let's go to, see how we want to do this. We'll do the North Atlantic. A lot of territory, or I should say seas, that we need to uncover here. Looks like we got a positive event here. So we can just get 54.65 ducats or a national tax modifier for 1 year. I'm not sure which one would generate more money, so let's just take a look. Yeah, I feel like it would be more profitable to do the 50% modifier for what we're earning in taxes. Yeah, I think that'd be better than this. So let's collect the benefits over time. Yeah, we're earning quite a bit now. We want to go ahead and start getting some stuff constructed. So we got those new forts, so we need to update our forts, and we still haven't built one in Paris yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're going to do the Star Fort here. They're pretty expensive though, so we don't have quite enough money. We'll get the Star Fort there. And I've already destroyed the fort here. And we did finish up that exploration mission. All right, excellent. Go and send them on the next one. So next we'll want to do probably the North Atlantic coast here. Yeah, we'll do that one first. And we lost one of our generals. Although I want to say that's the one that we didn't have. Oh, let me take that back. I was going to say that was that one cruddy one. I suppose that cruddy one is still alive. No, he's dead too. Okay, so he must have died at some other point. So we need to get all of our forts updated. It's kind of expensive, but it is necessary. These forts just aren't good enough. So we need to do that. We got this again. Alright, so we'll just have to take the stability loss. But yeah, if we want these forts to be effective with all the artillery that's out there, it will be necessary for us to get them updated. We're probably going to have to help them fight that, because they're not going to be able to do it on their lonesome. Now, remember, one of the things that we were going to be working on is seizing land. We can't do that until February, so next month here. Remember, we got to get it up to 50%, so that's going to require 2 more decisions here to be taken. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the military paid for. And what we'll do is we should probably get another general, huh? Alright, so I don't know which one's going to be better, so let's just going to get one hired. And it looks like he's the better one. Alright, excellent. So let's go and get these guys drilling and get that new general put in place. And move them down here to get these troops wiped out. I was thinking that was 8,000, it's 6,000. They still couldn't take out that force though. Alright, so we finished up that exploration mission, so let's go on the next one. And we're going to do the American East Coast now. So get all this explored here. And then once we get the coast done, you can start the colonization. And was that Savoy that just lost a war? It seems like it, but I'm not sure what they lost here. Might not have been Savoy though. There's a lot of similar flags. So I think we've got the money. Let me just double check. Just 344. So 1 more month. And then we'll have the money here. And I did forget that we were putting down this rebellion. So let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, we need to get a Star Fort. I suppose since the war is going to be against Burgundy and Brittany, it makes sense to do these 3 forts here first. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do that one. And was that not as expensive? Did I click on the wrong one? Now we're doing that one. Okay. Maybe we had more money than I thought. Alright, so we finish up that battle. I guess we'll go ahead and also take this back for them real quick. Shouldn't take long because there's no fort there. And then bring them back over here. Or over here, actually. I suppose we need an army over there as well. Let's go ahead and recall that diplomat from Castile. And we'll go ahead and start working on the spy network. Build a spy network there, and we'll build one over here. Alright, so now that we're back in the province, we got our troops fully restored, let's go ahead and stop paying for them. Again, I just feel like money is a little bit more important for us than drill at the moment, because you gotta get all these forts constructed. And we need more troops as well. I'd like to build a few more regiments. I did look at when the artillery gets much better in the mod. It is Tech 13, so I think that's the same as in vanilla. So the provinces in Greenland are now revealed, so we could colonize those if we wanted to. Though they are outside our colonial range, it looks like. But I don't want to colonize Greenland anyways. I want to colonize over here. Though it doesn't look like we can see any of that just yet. So we have to do the coastline here. American East Coast. So we'll do that, and then after that we'll do the Caribbean Sea. So yeah, they'll come over here and get the coastline revealed, and that'll allow us to actually set up a colony, our first colony with our colonists here. Now, there's actually a use for the colonists that I didn't think about that we could have been doing, using them for this whole time. I guess we can go ahead and start them up, and that's to promote settlement growth. And so you can see we can't do it here because we're building a star fort. But yeah, you can do it in other provinces. Looks like we wanted to do it in Anjou. So we can put them there temporarily. And it's just a use for the colonists when they're not actually doing colonies. So we could have been doing this the whole time. And it just kind of slowly will increase the development. So there's a couple things we need to do now. We need to get the next star fort building. I didn't think about the fact that we wanted to build here, so can't do that here then. There we go. Get that canceled. Let's go ahead and improve this fort here. And then let's go ahead and build up some more units. Or you know what, actually let's wait until we do this here battle, which I expect we'll have to do. Because we're about to seize some land. So let's let this go 2 months. So we had the morale. And then let's go ahead and seize Crown lands. And as expected, we did have these revolts that we got to put off. Glad I increased morale because they attacked right there. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like those are the only ones. Oh, whoa. Too much happening there. Looks like we completed the agenda as well. Got our manpower up to 25%. So we have increased the opinion with the nobility, and we got something else from that as well. I don't recall what it was. It's something I wanted though, so we got both of those rebellions put down. Let's go back over here. We'll let our troops get their replacements. All right, excellent. And then let's go ahead and stop paying for the troops. And then go under interest groups and summon another diet. This will help with the loyalty here. So we can either increase base tax, get them as a subject, or construct a marketplace. And that'll increase the base production. Well, they're the most disloyal, so we're actually gonna go ahead and do them. And that's not that difficult to do either. We just need to build a marketplace here. So pretty easy, and it's a good place to build a marketplace as well, because they have all those modifiers here. These local trade power ones, so a great place to build it. And I suppose we can go and start building the troops now as well. And also, I want to get one more heavy ship here. So let's go ahead and build it here. I think that's all we can fit here. We'd have to start deleting ships. And we also want to get some more troops. We're going to get some more artillery here. So yeah, we'll get... I realized that we need more cav here. So we'll get a couple more cav units and a couple more artillery. Oh, is that all we had the money for? I didn't realize how broke we were. Let's get 2 more cav units, and then these are going to be a bit more expensive. All right, so a couple things to go through here. We got to pick a new mission. So let's go ahead and do that first. We'll also take a look, see what all they have revealed. We're doing the Caribbean next. And then we have an event about the agricultural revolution. So let's go ahead and see which one of these we want to take. We'll go with the base tax. All right, so looking at what was revealed. So this is because the reason why we're not revealing any further is because we're behind on Diplotech, so we just don't have the range. That's the problem here. That's why we're not revealing much. But we can go ahead and start colonizing over here. I did want to colonize Canada. So it looks like everything is just too far away at this point. So yeah, we can't colonize anywhere. So we'll have to wait till we get that one tech. That's kind of one of the issues being behind here. So gotta get those diplo techs. Let's get another cannon. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just separate those infantry. And those are the ones we're gonna send off. All right, so looks like the merchant class is on the decline. So yeah, we'll get one more artillery here. And then we'll be separating 2,000 infantry. And just bring these down to this port here. And then we'll want to transport those over to our colony eventually. So again, can't get the next one, but that's not going to help us with colonization right now, because we can't even, what's the point of getting global settler increase if we can't even set up the colony because we don't have the range. So we're going to go and get the technology next. This is going to be 494. That's what we got to save up to. And we just lost one of our advisors. And they got a revolt to deal with. Pretty powerful revolt. It's peasants, but 16,000 total. They'll have to take care of that themselves. And unfortunately, we lost our advisor. So I think we should probably just wait to hire one of the better ones till we get the money for that. Yeah, rather than getting the land maintenance guy. Now, if we did get him, we could increase his ability, but I'd prefer to have the morale of armies anyways. So we'll just wait here before we hire anybody. How much is it going to be again? 89.5. Could also get this guy to get the reinforced speed. But yeah, I'd prefer I have the morale bonus. All right, so this is nice because we're going to get an instability reduction modifier helping us stay at +3, and that's going to last. It looks like 6 years or so. So it's really just a choice between admin power or prestige, and that's a lot of prestige. So we're gonna go with that because that gets us up to 90 and all those bonuses. It's pretty helpful to have there. I'm gonna keep on clicking on this, ain't I? What was it that we needed again? We got it. All right, let's go and get them hired. Get that military power building again, and it looks like we're about to hit the cap on admin power. Now it's not 999, it's 1098 currently. But yeah, we do need to spend the admin power. So let's go ahead and do so. So there's not really a whole lot that we can do with the admin power outside of just doing development. So that's probably what we'll do. But there are things we could do with some of our other power, like doing the mercantilism if we had excess diplo power, which we don't. Yeah, a lot of the things that you would use your power for, obviously, you don't do that anymore in the mod. So yeah, we just want to... Let's go ahead and get all these guys set up real quick. They can't move just yet. But yeah, we just want to increase base tax. And we can't do it here in Paris because the base tax is too high compared to the other development values. So I have to do it somewhere else. So let's go with Bordeaux here. Actually, we're going to go through here. This way we can compare the cost. And just base it off of... which one's going to be cheaper? Now, I don't want to spread it out too much. But yeah, there are certain areas that I think we should work on, regardless of the cost. Just because we want to boost those locations. I'm looking for something in the 30s here. Like I might be doing this one. Yeah, we'll do this one here. Boost up their base tax. Just gonna spend some of this admin power, and it's also gonna result in us getting a lot more money as well. I do want to increase this one despite it being a little bit more expensive. Certain provinces I like to improve regardless of the cost. Looking for other ones that are in the 30s. I guess it's still this one, but yeah, I can't go any higher there. All right, so now we gotta go into the 40s here. So do that one, maybe increase up this way. There we go. All right, so that's pretty good. Just spend some of that admin power. That's gonna increase our overall development. On top, and we got that one base production in this province as well. on top of just earning us more money overall. Alright, so we completed the agenda. The next time we can seize land is 1497 July. And that'll get us up to the 50%, so we can finally start annexing all of our vassals here. So we're going to decline the royal marriage in Scotland. I'm not actually interested in being allied to the Scots anymore. We need to get rid of these damn slots here. We just have too many. When can we annex Lucca? Just curious here. Oh, so we can't annex any vassal. I was thinking it was just the French ones. It's not any vassal. Okay, so we gotta have all of them at 50%. Alright, let's go ahead and end the alliance with Scotland. We do have to get rid of... We'll stop doing this one here. Get our diplomat back. And let's go and dissolve this alliance. I know that will result in them being conquered by England, of course. There's nothing to be done about that. Because they're just not useful enough as an ally. They're just not willing to help us out much here on the continent because of distance. So we want to send this off on the 13th of December. It's going to be a nobody. So we can revoke that guarantee. And thus we are now, one less when it comes to the relation slots. And that'll help us, build up this diplo power a little bit faster. Alright, so we can finally invest in our diplomatic technology. So let's go and get this. It's going to increase that colonial range by a lot. So hopefully we should be able to start colonization now. Also, we've got ourselves an ability here, and we already know what we want to get, the combat bonus and terrain of capital. Though it would be helpful to get this one as well, colony development boost, since we're going to be starting up colonization. But yeah, we're going to get this one. I think this one's a little bit more important. So we're going to get that, and let's see if we can colonize over here. We can. So what I think we're going to do, because I'd like to colonize all this territory here, is just go from north to south, just for ease. Now, obviously, some of these provinces are better than others, but we're going to try and get control of all of it. So let's just go from north to south. So let's go and send our colonists. That's another feature that you can do, where you exile minority cultures. But we're not going to do that. Alright, so Grand Ball in Paris. We can basically spend some money to get some prestige. Yeah, why not? Why not get it up to the 98, almost full here. Get that as high as possible. And I think we're about ready at this point, because yeah, we can't do any more of the seizing land. So might as well just take the territory. We've burned off a lot of the aggressive expansion. So we don't have a ton of it at this point. And more of that will burn off during the conflict. We built up our army a bit. We could build up a whole nother force here. I guess we could also further build up manpower. Yeah, we could get like a third army. Let me just take a look at how large a discrepancy we'll have against their troops here. When we declare war. So our goal would be to take, it doesn't really matter because I'm just looking at the numbers here. We would outnumber them, because remember they're going to have England and Burgundy in the conflict. But that's with all of our vassals and the Papal States, and just barely outnumbering them. Now we have all that artillery, because I got a ton of it. They don't build much artillery this early, because you really shouldn't, because it's not that useful for anything other than sieges. But I hate having to pull all those troops out in order to change it up. So you do have to keep that in mind as well. That artillery is not as useful. All those cannons we have in here is not as useful at this point in the game. Yeah, I almost feel like we might need another army, especially because we're going to be fighting on two fronts. So it would be helpful to have a third army, or to build a manpower up. Could do either one of those. So I think our manpower is pretty good at this moment. We should have much higher manpower reserves than our enemies. Yeah. Okay, we can wait a couple more years here and build up a third army as well. Doesn't have to be a huge army. Yeah, let's get another army going, guys. And maybe one that doesn't have much artillery, just because it's so expensive and it's not that useful this early on. So maybe like, this is what we'll do. Let's get like 3 cav. We'll want to keep this guy here because we're going to send him overseas as soon as we get that colony set up. I guess we'll do it over here. And this is, of course, going to take time due to money shortages. It'll be much cheaper getting the infantry. So let's just do this as we get them. And then let's get all these guys coming to, let's see, where can we fit the most? Right here. Get them all merged. And we will need more infantry as well. So let's try and make a force for fighting, but not sieging. So we won't give them any artillery. And it looks like our king died. So the negative there, of course, besides the fact, we lost the stability, is that this king is not as good. Louis XII is not anywhere near as good. He's got that penalty, so construction's going to be more expensive. And yeah, he's just not as good. So as far as like the stats go, he's pretty shoddy. He's got 1 average skill, which is the Dippo skill, and then the rest are worse than average. So yeah, that's a real shame. Hopefully our next king is better. We'll just have to see. Oh, and looks like we're gonna get pulled into a conflict that I'm not really interested in getting involved in, but Papal States have honored our alliance. I guess we'll honor the alliance with them. They declared war on Florence. I'm just trying to see who's all in this conflict here. Is it just Florence? It's just Florence. Okay, so we're going to accept, but we're not going to help out with that. It's not even necessary for them to get our assistance. But this does mean that they've now got us paying for our forts and our army a little bit earlier than we want to. So let's go and stop all that. All right, so get all the troops moving over to here. We are getting the Italian war bonus, I suppose. That's one benefit of being in this conflict. So currently have 11,000, so we still need to build a few more. So let's get 2 more units here. And then a 3rd one. And a 4th one to get to 15,000. Let's get that all moving over here. And did we colonize this? Yeah, we got this colonized now, so we need to bring some troops over there. But we do have an event here. So we can say, welcome to the faith, which is going to increase the aggressiveness and ferocity of the natives here. So that basically makes them more likely to attack you, as well as to be better when they attack you. But you get 100 population here in the colony. So basically, you're going to, get it settled quicker. Or you could just reduce the aggressiveness and ferocity. Let's do this one. And we'll bring those troops over there now. Though, we're not paying for our ships at this moment. So let's go ahead. Let's mothball these guys. Merge these. We need to get manpower higher now before we go to war, so that's fine. But then what we can do is just pull out just enough transport ships here, the frigates, to get these moved over there. I suppose we might want to let them repair a little bit. So the war is already over. Nice, quick conflict. And we got favors just for honoring the call. And so the Pope is now more powerful. They took possession of this province and then forced them to release Pisa here. So Florence is now significantly weaker. Also, we got the papal influence that we can invest. So let's see what we want to do here. Yeah, let's get this one, Blessed Ruler. That'll be helpful. Alright, get all these troops moved over here. So now we just need to build up our manpower reserves a little bit. And let's go ahead and get these troops attached to the frigate. And then the frigate will, you know what, let's give it 1 more month. Because they do take attrition when they go across these ocean provinces, so I'm concerned about that to a degree. And Luca now wants a royal marriage. They won't accept that. That got us a queen as well. She's pretty decent. Alright, so we need to set up all these royal marriages. If, you know, we don't have them already. Which I suppose they would have asked us. Well, maybe not. Let's let them confirm that. And just any royal marriages that we need to do with the new king. Okay, I think that's it. Alright, so let's get these guys merged here. And so basically, we're just waiting for manpower at this point. We're pretty much good in all other regards. It's just manpower I want to get a little bit higher. Let's get these frigates moving over here. Another advantage of having them go down is you can easily move your troops around. And these guys took attrition. So, I mean, if you start like dotting your colonies all over the place, then you got to keep ships here so you can move them around to, you know, deal with any rebellions. So you see those troops did take attrition going across. I guess we want to get these guys moved because the war is going to be over here. So let's change up where the fleet is at. Because this is not going to be in the Mediterranean, this upcoming conflict. So we'll move all those. And yeah, they'll just have to wait. But yeah, now that we've got the troops over here, let's go and recall our colonists. So we can send them to the next location and get that colonized. You are limited how many you can colonize at a time by your money. Because it costs money to keep these maintained. So probably just do like 2 or 3 initially. Alright, so they did finish up the exploration of the Caribbean. So let's go and send them on the next one, which would probably be the American East Coast again, because we didn't really get much of that explored due to lack of range. But yeah, we now have the Caribbean explored. And we'll definitely want to colonize down there. I suppose we'll just like build up our manpower a little bit higher, and then we'll declare war. I don't know how much will be necessary in this conflict, because, you know, it is going to be a larger conflict with us trying to fight Burgundy, Brittany, and England. And the fleet are already repairing, so I think we're going to keep them paid for, even though, obviously, you know, it's costing us money. It's quicker to get the morale up than it is to repair your fleet up. So essentially, like, once they're pretty close to being done, we'll declare war, regardless of what the manpower's at. Alright, so we got a Prospering Times event, and this is in this province here, the one we took from Aragon. So basically you can get a ton of development there, wow. And then there's the birth of the new city modifier, which is, it seems different based on which one we do here. Because yeah, no matter what, you're going to get the local development cost modifier. But this is tax and province governing costs reduction. This is trade power. And this is manpower and defensiveness. Well, it probably makes sense to do the defensiveness, since that's what this is. A defensive province right now. And I don't know how much trade power it's actually getting us. It's not really a great trading province. I mean, you got a decent good here, of course, but yeah. I think it'd make the most sense to do the rural infrastructure. That's going to get you more manpower than anything else. But you're getting all sorts of development here. Yeah, I really think that's the best one to do. So let's do that one. And so now it's a much better province at 20 development. Yeah, not bad at all. And then, yeah, it's got that modifier there with the local defensiveness. It's a very good fort location now. Speaking of fort locations, we never did finish building up the forts. We didn't get this one done. but that's okay. Maybe we'll build it during the war. If we ever get the money. Probably not. We got a nice little war chest going, so that's another advantage of our current situation. Alright, so Portugal declared a golden era. You only get to do one golden era per game. Generally, there's some things that unlock additional ones. But yeah, generally, you only get to do one of them. And they last for 50 years. And you can see that we can do that now. Start the golden era. And this is the modifier you get. Pretty good modifier. But again, you kind of got to be strategic on when you take it. You want to take it early. Helps you out early in the game. Or do you want to take it, in the mid game? I don't see the point in taking it in late game. I almost never played a late game. In fact, I've never played the really, really late game. Like, I think the furthest I've gotten is like the early 1700s. Because by that point, I mean, you've easily won. Fortunately, our spy network did get reduced in Burgundy. So I think we're ready now. We just need to pay for the troops. So let's go ahead and get them paid for, get their morale back up, and yeah, we're already in the negative due to the size of our military. We're going to have to do the war taxes once the war starts, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and click it now so that'll be put in place and I'll forget. And we'll pay for these forts that are over here, just so they have the garrisons. But that's it. We got a new heir to the throne, and of course we're gonna name him Louis. He's gonna be Louis the 13th. You don't have to name him Louis, obviously. He could be like a Philip or something like that. But yeah, he's gonna be Louis the 13th. And so he is pretty decent. Like, his military and admin skill are above average in the average Diplo skill. So yeah, not bad at all. So we got a little bit lucky here. He's got a good strong claim as well, despite our lower legitimacy, because our current king's claim was not that high. So yeah, we now have an heir. Is he a baby? Yeah, he's a baby. But they're not always 0 when they become your heir. Alright, so we are ready to declare war, guys. So we're going to be doing this. Let me see who the allies of Burgundy are. Yeah, I don't really want to bring Sweden in. Because what I was thinking about doing is that you can check this here. It's basically the equivalent of declaring war on that country as well. Because if they're not considered a co-belligerent in the war, then anything you do with them in the peace treaty, if you take like provinces from them and stuff like that, then they're more expensive. I think that's the main thing that's more expensive. It's just the provinces, twice as expensive to take them. And I actually do want to take some of the Burgundian provinces, particularly these ones up here. So you can make them a co-belligerent, and then it's like you declared war on them as well, which means they can bring all their allies in. And that's how you can get some big old massive conflicts here, if you do all that. But yeah, we'll just fight these guys and just pay the extra costs. Let's go and bring the Papal States into this conflict. And now the numbers are looking a lot better here. So let's go and declare war. It says some of our navies are out of port. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, just going to confirm that. And so everybody will come into this conflict. And I just want to see if anybody is in any other wars here. Nope. Okay. So let's go and get our fleet out there. Start ravaging their ships. That's one of the advantages of already getting them up to 100% here. We'll also have the war taxes going now, so should help out here a little bit. Let's see how we want to do this. I probably should have brought one of these armies over here. So let's go and do that. Also, we need to get more generals, because we're lacking one. So let's get one more general here. And it's clear who should be in charge of this guy. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. This guy's going to stay over here and do these sieges real quick, because he's our better sieging. I mean, he doesn't have the siege, rating. Well, I guess he's the better general. He doesn't have the siege bonus here. Okay, so yeah, this guy will stay here then. I was thinking because we had the more cannons in this army, but there's stuff to siege over here. So then this guy will stay over here and go ahead and take care of these sieges. As well as battle Brittany's army if they even have an army. Alright, so it's going to turn us down. So it's a 23,000 man army there in Burgundy. And then we got to worry about the English as well. And you know they're going to land on our shores somewhere. We can try and stop them, but probably won't be able to. We're just going to have to fight them. Alright, so we're going to do this battle here. I did forget about the English fleet. I thought we could ravage their fleet, but yeah, the English got a big old navy. They got 24 ships. We have more, but of course, you know, they got this alliance here and all these other ships. But that's... yeah, that's counting all their trade ships. We might be able to win this. And we have the admiral out there as well, though he's not great. He's not anything impressive. Yeah, so they got the better admiral here. And they get a naval combat bonus for being off their own coast as well. Alright, that's going to hit us hard too. Alright, they got some good bonuses here, guys. But just looking at the ships, these are 9 trade ships. They have no ships of the line. But they do have the frigates. We should be able to win this. It's hard to say though. And we got the higher morale. I think we'll win this. We'll see if that ends up being the case or not. Alright, so we got to go battle those guys. Do we want to pay for the entire fortification system? I think no. Let's go ahead and save some money here. We'll probably have to keep that one because they can land on that coast. I guess that's the only one we can stop paying for. Alright, well that's fine. Alright, so these guys are going up to this province here. We don't want to engage them until we get the rest of the troops over here. Alright, so we're going to do that siege first. Looks like we're going to have plenty of units to do it. And where are they going? Yeah, I wanted to get the battle done with them, but they're taking off. Alright, well let's go and push into their territory. Their forts are going to stop us from going too far though. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing. Yeah, we'll see if we can't get them engaged. Got 100 population in that colony. Excellent. So over here in this siege, what we might want to do is do the artillery barrage to try and get the siege done a little bit quicker. And it's something we have plenty of right now is military power. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Just get the siege done a little bit quicker. We won't assault it. We don't want to use our manpower for that. But yeah, we'll do the barrage. Can we get these guys engaged? Nope, we can't find them there. Yeah, they just took off. Alright, so that's unfortunate. I was hoping to get them engaged in a battle, but that's not going to be possible. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go over here and start doing that siege. Okay, so that's where they went. That works. So let's go this way then. I'm gonna go the weird way because of the forts. Intrigues in Paris. So with this option, our diplomatic advisor is going to be fired. We're going to lose 50 diplo power. We'll get a new one, Jean-Baptiste, increasing the morale of armies. Or we can lose legitimacy, which we already have problems with. And here's the problem. He's cheaper. He's a 50% cheaper one. And he's level 3. We're just going to have to take the legitimacy hit, which, you know, is already an issue here. Is what it is. Does look like we're going to win that naval battle, though, so that's good. Actually going to defeat the English in the seas. Can we go to Calais? We have to go through here if we want to be able to go through Calais. Okay, so we're going to try and help out in that battle. I mean, it will probably be over, but the point here is going to be to get them engaged. In fact, we might not even want to reinforce that. Let's let the battle be a loss. And then see if we can get them. Yeah, there we go. We'll do it that way. So it'll be our 40,000 against their 21.5 thousand. They also have already been in a battle. So this should be a nice, easy victory here for us. We did win in the sea battle as well. And we captured some of their ships too. 2 trade ships and 2 frigates. Okay, so we'll probably get rid of those trade ships for now. I don't think we have the naval capacity for any more ships. We have space for 2. So yeah, just get rid of those 2 trade ships and then you're good to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and have the fleet go back in. And then we'll get rid of those 2 trade ships. So we're not paying so much more for them. Till we get the next trade ships, you can't really earn as much from your trade ships. The cogs are just so-so. We really need to get over here so we can clear up this blockade. But some of these ships were heavily damaged in that battle. But yeah, we need to clear up this blockade and then come over here and help out with the siege. Could be doing that much quicker. So we did win this battle as expected. And they did take more losses, which is what's important. So we're already in Calais, so might as well finish up that siege then. I say finish it up, we just started it. But yeah, might as well do the siege is what I mean. And we're winning the conflict currently. We won this siege as well, excellent. So let's go to move to the next location now. Get that siege started up. And yeah, we need to get the fleet back out there. I don't want to split them though. Yeah, not when we have such strong enemy fleets still out there. And where was this at? Oh, okay, we engaged them in battle, I see. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get those 6,000 destroyed before we do the siege here, because otherwise they're going to come into our territory and cause us problems. So we'll go and attack them real quick. Over here. Get them destroyed and then go to the fortification. And they should be completely wiped out. Yep. Alright, so we'll come over here next. And get that siege started. So we're still repairing up the fleet. Again, we did take a lot of damage in that battle. And so we knew we were going to have these events here when we got that cardinal in the administration. And so you can just remove him and then you don't get the bonuses from it no more. Or you can take the penalties, which is a rebellion, a fairly large rebellion. I don't really feel like fighting right now. Yeah, we'll just remove them. It always causes problems, but you get those bonuses for a little while. And also our vassal swarms over here taking over all the Burgundian territory, helping us out with that. Is the Pope over here? Yeah, he's right there. Coming to help. And we got an event. That's regarding religion, withholding the tithe. So by doing this, we're going to get a higher tax modifier, lose papal influence though, and also lose loyalty with the clergy. Or we can get higher loyalty with the clergy and get some papal influence. Well, we get this modifier for a long time. Yeah, I think we're going to do that one. We need the money. Because that should help us out some. This conflict is expensive. Yeah, it sucks we're stuck in port though with the fleet here. We need to get some better facilities. I don't think we have the tech for that yet. But we need better facilities for repairs. Alright, so we've taken over this fort in Calais, so let's go to this one next. Keeping our army together. But I don't know if it's actually necessary because Burgundy got hit kind of hard in that battle. So we could just be working on another siege. Where is the next Burgundian provinces here? So we're also at war with all of their vassals. They got their own kind of vassal swarm. Although these aren't vassals, they're personal unions. But you guys know what I mean. So that's that fortification there. So could have them take that fort while these guys work on this one. They're going to be terrible at doing this, by the way. It's going to be super slow. Because they don't have any artillery. No cannons to help them out with that. So do we want to do the next one here so that we can grow quicker? Or should we go ahead and get the next of these? So that'll get us the impressment offices. Get a new light ship. Trade efficiency increased. Now this one's pretty good. 529, plus we have the modifier. And getting that trade efficiency would be nice as well. I think we'll go ahead and let them get the next tech. Yeah, we'll do the next tech. And before we get this fort done, I'd like to make sure this fleet is repaired. They're almost done. So we can battle those ships when they come out of port. And let's go ahead and send them on the next mission, which is going to be the Caribbean Sea coastline. Although it looks like they're not quite done with the... Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, we still have to do the coastline here because they didn't have the range at the time. So we'll do that one next, and then we'll do the Caribbean coastline. So could set up another colony here, but this is already pretty expensive, guys, so we're not going to. I think we should focus on paying for this conflict. Because, yeah, it's, you know, we're losing a lot of money now. So we can now get that... Oh, this is not the Diplotech. This is the admin tech, production efficiency, and the cathedrals. So we're going to pay a little extra here because we're really far ahead of time. So we're going to wait to do that. Yeah, let's wait to do that. And instead, let's go and further increase the base tax. And this is, you know, this is all going to help us with the money situation. So this one here is still pretty cheap. But yeah, I can't increase the base tax any further. Suppose we'll do this one then. Kind of spread out the level a little bit. Do the cheaper ones. Alright, so that looks pretty good. And I almost want to increase Bordeaux up a little bit despite it being more expensive. There we go. Alright, so that'll help us out a little bit. Get up our overall development. Looking at where we're at here on the rankings of the great powers, which is primarily based off of development. Of course, the institutions that you've embraced modify that. And so if you fall behind tech, then your development's not worth as much. But yeah, we're number 3 right now, behind Ming and the Ottomans. So we're the number 1 European power, unless you count the Ottomans as European, since obviously they have a lot of European territory. Yeah, we're doing much better than all of our rivals. So France is doing great. I don't know where Burgundy is. They must have retreated really far. We didn't wipe them out, did we? I don't think we wiped out. No, we didn't wipe out that army. Huh, yeah, I'm not entirely sure where they're at. So I said we were almost done, but there's actually 2 frigates which are hurting right now. They still have a lot of repairs to do, so what we might go ahead and do, I think those are the 2 frigates that we got. Let's just go and pull those out. Those are the ones we captured. Instead, go ahead and come over here. Let's see if we can't... Oh, where are they going? They went over here. And they're going to take off, it looks like. Oh, they're probably trying to engage them. Alright, so we're going to get them engaged in battle out here. Destroy that fleet. Or try to destroy the fleet anyway. So we didn't capture any ships, but we did sink 3 frigates and 1 of the trade ships. So let's go ahead and go back home real quick. And also we'll engage these ships along the way and get them destroyed. Or destroy some of them anyways. I'd love to help out with that siege, but obviously that's not an option right now. We destroyed all the ships there. And captured 1 of them, I should say, but we'll get rid of that. Alright, so that was a good win there. And they took off? No, they did not get away. So we're now battling the English again. And we did finish up the siege here, so let's go ahead and get these troops wiped out. And take over those 2 provinces. Alright, so we didn't destroy any of the ships there. Alright, so now let's let them all merge again and repair up. We got both of those sieges there going now. So we'll get all this taken over. And overall, it's been an easier conflict than I was anticipating. I thought they were going to put up a little bit more of a fight than they have. We have not seen the English land yet. I'm not entirely sure where their forces are. Maybe because we won in the seas. So they just haven't been able to get their troops on ships and bring them over here. See, I didn't even think about that fact. I guess it was not for sure that we were going to even win in the seas. Unfortunately, we do have to end today's episode here. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.